welcome to Janet and Janet. So guess what? Miss Amberlynn uploaded again, and this time is about diabetes results. And just looking at her thumbnail, we in pity party, okay? So, you know, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to press play.
Hey guys, welcome to a new weigh-in video. I feel like I kind of have a lot of things to talk about, so let's jump right into the 5 questions. So for the 5 questions, I get them on Instagram. I post a little thing on my story that says, ask me any questions that are weight, food, health related.
Yeah, and I miss getting screenshots of those, or I'd already go ahead and bring them to you. Of course I would.
And then I gather them, and I even have a list of like backup questions. Why were you so proud of yourself for not weighing in daily? So food isn't the only relationship that I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to also work on the relationship with my vaping. That's why I've quit that, even though I have highly relied on it. And I'm working on my relationship with the scale because I can become extremely obsessed with it. Like there are times where I will literally weigh myself multiple times a day.
And you know what? I do that too. And the reason why I do that is because I look back on myself and I'm like, okay, wait, I ate just one too many things and I just want to see if I eat this, how many more pounds does it put on me? I do that too. It's not always a bad thing, Amberlynn.
And this is extremely unhealthy because I will see a normal fluctuation that happens to everybody. And I will take that fluctuation and it'll trigger me and spiral me. And sometimes it'll cause me to overeat or emotional eat. But regardless, it's just not healthy. It doesn't make sense, but it is something that can be fixed. So I'm trying to fix it.
And that's the reason why you had to buy the heavy mechanic scale. That's what I call it, because you use it to weigh car parts, okay? That's why she had to get that one, because she had to have 2 different scales to compare the weights to see which one come up right. Amberlynn, she's just pulling your legs. She's just feeling full of crap.
So the fact that I was able to go a whole week without weighing myself is crazy. Have you noticed your face also swells when you are swollen? Yes. And my mom also experiences it. So it might be like common or like genetic.
Lady, it happens with everybody. It does. Go ahead. You like Dr. Google, so go research.
Like literally in my last vlog, my last weekly vlog that I posted, I noticed it, and I'll show you guys a clip where it's like the beginning of my vlog, I am so swollen. And then towards the ending, you can like literally see how much I've deswelled.
No, ma'am. I don't know what you were looking at, but the one that I was looking at, you had the same weight pretty much all the way through. So you can't blame it on swelling, but that's what you like to do.
So that's why when I see people are like, oh my God, it's so like noticeable that Amberlynn has gained weight. It's like, you know, yeah, but also a lot of the times like you're seeing me really swollen. So sometimes it's a lot more obvious, like in my chin or around my eyes or my cheeks, or sometimes it's just my legs, my arms. But this was the beginning of my vlog, and then here I was at the end.
Why does your body size not change? Just a question. Why is the size of your body not changed? You're focused on your face. And the thing is you're just at a different angle. So I still see the same thing, but you've always said, here's my body, here's my head, I have a little bitty head. You've always said that. So we don't always have to look at your face, Amberlynn.
Where you can tell that the swelling has definitely gone down. So sometimes I do look bigger, sometimes I do look smaller. And that's just the way it goes with the things that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
It is Wednesday weigh-in, so you better be doing a weigh-in or you're going against your own schedule. This is bullcrap anyways, but still, you're going against your own schedule.
Is it true that you would stay this size if it was healthy?
Yes, you would, and you can't convince me otherwise because of the simple fact of you'll wear your little Gucci stuff and you get over there on TikTok and you show it all off. You ain't got a problem in the world with it, so yeah, I don't think you need to lose weight in your own mind.
So in one of my last live streams, I talked about the fact that like, if it wasn't for the fact that being this size was unhealthy, I wouldn't feel like this urgency or this anxiety or constantly talk about weight loss. I wouldn't care so much to lose weight.
You don't care to lose weight now, Amberlynn. You're not fooling anybody. If you cared about losing weight, you would have already done it. This is just a game for you. You get on here and you're like, I'm on a weight loss journey. In all actuality, you're not on a weight loss journey. You're just trying to appease your audience because your audience wants to see you lose weight. But you really, honestly, you don't want to, in my opinion.
And what I mean by that is I'm not doing it for vanity reasons. I'm not doing it for shallow reasons. I'm not doing it for my looks. I am doing it for my health.
If that was true, you would not be going up in weight. You would already be down in weight by hundreds of pounds. That's why I know you're lying through your teeth.
That is why I've always been very much about body positivity in the sense of everyone is beautiful regardless of what they look like or the size that they are. But I do not believe in health at every size, and I never have. But yes, if I could be healthy, if being fat was not an unhealthy thing, that I wouldn't care.
Can you not tell she doesn't care anyways? Hook, line, sinker. She don't care. She done admitted it, and that's the way it is.
Because again, this is not for vanity reasons. I'm not fat phobic. I don't think that fat people are ugly.
You're not fat phobic, but everybody else is fat phobic in your eyes. And you know what? That's just wrong.
Nothing like that. It's strictly because I want to be healthy, I want to feel better, and I want to live a longer life. What do you mean you'd feel lethargic eating French fries? So what I meant by that is like I'd feel sluggish. It's just like a sluggish feeling.
Malarkey. No. You know that you're supposed to get on here and tell your audience, hey, I ate bad, so therefore I feel bad. But the all honesty about it is you ate bad and you felt just fine because you vlogged it for us. Because of the simple fact of you wouldn't have eaten any of those fries. But you did anyways, just like you ate that cheese salad with, just a little bit of lettuce, but all cheese.
Nobody feels good after eating junky types of food. I know I feel way better, way lighter after I eat a healthier meal versus an unhealthy meal. But being lethargic and tired, those things can happen at the same time, but they are two different things. Because a lot of people are like, girl, you just said that you don't get tired after food, but now you're saying that you get lethargic. Yeah, two different things.
I understand that it gets two different things, but I do remember back. See, I've been here for a while. I do remember back whenever you used to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And you'd say, I feel so much better. I've got rid of that craving. That craving is no longer there. So now I feel better. I feel better inside. So you can't say anything whenever you're talking about this because most of us know the truth.
So this was the most popular question I received this week is why'd you go to Denny's after the hospital?
Because she doesn't care what you have to say. She only cares about herself. And all you need to do is shut up because you're not supposed to have an opinion about what she puts in her body.
My mom was hungry and I'm not going to lie, so was I. It was past midnight and we were at the hospital for hours. Neither of us ate anything that day. I was not expecting to be at the hospital that long and neither was my mom. I didn't go to the hospital for some like crazy critical thing. I was directed by my doctor's office to go to urgent care, and then urgent care directed me to go to the ER because urgent care actually does not do ultrasounds.
There's the truth. There you go. Right there. It wasn't anything urgent. Not at all. She says she was directed there. She wasn't directed there. No, she put herself there. There's no telling what she told the doctor. There's not no telling, but you know what? If she made it sound like an emergency to her doctor, of course her doctor's going to say go to urgent care. And then urgent care, if she has certain symptoms, which I already done a video, that she knows what the symptoms of a blood clot is in her leg. Since she had those symptoms, they went ahead and said, okay, you need to go and have it checked out at the ER. Amberlynn, you're leaving a couple of things out.
And then I ended up calling the emergency room just to see like if I can come in. And they told me I should probably get that looked at. So I went there for an ultrasound. I didn't go there for like anything critical or crazy. Like people still have to eat. My mom said she was not going to go home and like cook something. I didn't want to come home and cook something. It was really late. I was exhausted. I know she was as well.
We all know you got processed food hanging out around your house. Don't you even. Don't you even. Don't fly over here.
Like eating is still a thing that happens regardless if someone goes to a hospital or not. And I got a salad at Denny's. So next part is I want to talk about how my week went.
No, man. Not so fast. Not so fast. If you got a salad at Denny's, you would show us the salad. Because you like to show off every single time you get a salad. So we would see a picture of it. We're not getting a picture because it didn't happen.
So I've been going through a lot of stress, anxiety, worry, depression, some very low lows. I have shared a very small fraction of it, but majority of it is happening behind the scenes.
Guess what, Amberlynn? I suffer from depression. I'm bipolar. I have all of that. So I know what you're talking about. I choose to display it differently. I choose to direct myself, and I choose to fix myself. You don't.
I'm absolutely, without a doubt, suffering in silence. So I did have my doctor appointment yesterday because I was able to respond to the wait list really quickly. When they sent me the text message, I accepted a new appointment. So this next part of this video, I will be talking about in my weekly vlog as well, because my weigh-in videos don't get as many views as my other videos. And I want...
This is just horse pucky is what this is. Why are you... Oh, never mind. Don't ask why. You are going ahead and bringing this up right now so that you can actually have your audience on pins and needles waiting till your next upload. And that right there is wrong.
Majority of people who watch me to hear this, because this is like a big change in my life that's about to happen. So I will be also talking about this in my weekly vlog. So the first thing I want to talk about is Zepbound. That is the GLP-1 that I was going to go on, which is the weight loss injection. And my doctor prescribed it to me. And based on all of the research I've done, I was like, okay, yes, it is very expensive, but it is doable. So I get to the pharmacy, and turns out that is not the case at all. The pharmacy told me that the prices have raised, and it's like, okay, in my head, I was like, all right, so the first month is just the beginning dose, which is obviously the cheapest month, but my doctor told me that the beginning dose is not going to do anything for me.
And I thought you said that you had your members and your memberships were helping you pay for this. Didn't you say that? Didn't you get in trouble for that? I do believe you got in trouble. So are you going to get back on here sad fishing and saying, I need more cha-ching? Because that's what you're trying to get out of it. That's why you're dragging this out from one doctor to next video, this doctor, next video, this doctor, next video, this diagnosis. That's why you're doing it, is because you need money.
So when I increase the Zepbound, it's going to increase the price, and I don't have that money. That's okay. I am currently working on my relationship with food, and instead of doing it alone, I'm going to let professionals help me. My doctor did confirm, like, your hysterectomy makes it a lot harder to lose weight.
Any excuse you can come up with right now, you're going to have that excuse. It doesn't matter what it is. You could stump your toe and you could have an excuse of, oh, I hurt, so I'm not going to be able to get up and go to the refrigerator and eat like I'm supposed to, so I need to go and answer the door instead.
And that was before I did my fasting labs, where I got results for something that literally, it makes me really emotional. It makes me want to cry, but I'm not going to. And we will get into that in a second.
Quit doing that. That is absolutely annoying, and you do this for a reason, to drag out your run time. You make these videos so daggum short, but you know you need a certain amount of time on it to even make any ching on it anyways.
So on top of like my hysterectomy, my lymphedema, my lipedema, and my messed up metabolism, it just seems like nothing wants me to lose weight. I have so many things just like literally fighting against me, but I'm not going to give up. So while I was at my doctor's appointment, they ask you like this depression screening. They ask you all these like mental health questions, and mine was not good. I ended up literally breaking down in front of my doctor and in front of my mom. I'm like bawling my eyes out. They're handing me tissue. Like I had a full-fledged like anxiety attack right in front of him. It was really embarrassing, but it genuinely shows like the level.
It genuinely shows you should have been on antidepressants and still taking them. You shouldn't be leaving them at the daggum pharmacy and not picking them up, Amberlynn. If you would stay on them, things would be different, but you won't do that. You have to have an excuse to get on here and come on here and cry. That's what you need, because that's how the manipulation on your channel works. That's how you gaslight people all the time.
Of my mental health. Like even someone just asking me like in my live stream, like a week ago, they were like, how are you doing? Like, it made me break down.
Oh, no, ma'am. Suck them tears back in because they ain't real. We saw you and how you acted when you and Beck broke up. We saw that face. I called out that face. And I did a video, if y'all haven't seen it, I did a video about it, pointing everything out. This right here ain't tears. She's pulling your leg.
I'm feeling everything so strongly and so deeply. My emotions are all over the place and I feel really low, and just a lot of mental health problems that I do not want to speak out loud. I just have constant deep painful emotions that I experience all day long, and it's genuinely ruining my life.
Don't talk about it. Don't mention it, because now then you got everybody on the line going, oh my gosh, what is she thinking about? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with her? What could possibly be worse than what's going on? You got all these people that are going to question themselves, kind of like I do when I talk about you. But all these people are going to question themselves and be concerned for you. And you're doing this because you want to get the ching. And I will continue to say that.
Long story short, I was prescribed an SSRI to help with my anxiety, my lows, my depression, and to help with like the deep feelings of having BPD. It's not going to help regulate my emotions or anything like that. Like, I have to work on that myself, but it's going to help stabilize me a little bit. So we did my fasting labs and I got those results today. A doctor actually sent me a whole message kind of going over my results and talking about like the abnormal results and what it could mean, etc., etc.
And there, once again, she's doing the word manipulation. Guys, it's all over it in this video. This is sad, and not sad for her. It's sad what she's doing to other people.
And regarding if I have diabetes or not, I want to show you this clip. All right, you guys, my results are in. This is my MacBook. We're zoomed in so you don't see anything personal. I'm signed into my little health portal. I'm going to click test results. So we did a multitude of things here, but we're about to find out. Here's my hemoglobin A1C to determine am I diabetic or not.
I want to see your vitamin D, because you never go outside. If you're outside, you're out there long enough to go to a car, maybe to walk Twinkie, but I don't know that I believe that. I believe you just stand to the side and you let Twinkie do her business and then you come right back in. That's what I think. But I want to see the vitamin D, because from the car to the place to eat, from the place to eat to the car, from the car to the bingo place, bingo place back to the car, back to your house, there's not very much sunlight there.
All right. No. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, 5.4 is my actual exact number that I always am every time.
So no more crying about it. No more. That's no longer a subject on your channel, so move on.
I get this checked. So not even a pre-diabetic. So pre-diabetic would be 5.7 through 6.4. I do not have diabetes. I'm not even pre-diabetic. That is always something that is just like in the back of my mind. I'm just always fearful that it's going to happen or is happening and I don't know about it. Just because you're fat does not mean you have diabetes.
Oh, you hush your mouth. You hush it right now. You zip it closed. You have been trolling people over diabetes because everybody remembers when you took your concealer and painted your daggum knuckles, because everybody talked to you about how brown and black your hands were getting. You remember that? Because your knuckles look absolutely horrible. Yeah, no ma'am.
And just because you're skinny doesn't mean you won't get diabetes. But some of my blood work is a little off. Some things that are questionable that he said is something to really worry about right now. But there is something that I'm going to be going on medicine for. Turns out I have hypothyroidism. That's so hard to say for me. I don't know why.
I have that. My thyroid does not produce enough. Nope. I have to take 2 different medications for it, because it really does. My body sucks at times.
So people who have that is a leading cause of weight gain. Like, I've constantly been like, it's hard for me to lose weight because of my lymphedema, my going through menopause at such an early age, the hysterectomy.
Oh, it's another excuse already in happening. I lost weight, I'm losing weight, and I have it, so there's still no excuse, and I'll call you out every single time, Miss Amberlynn Reid.
Like, the list can just go on, and now, bam, smack in the face. I have the very thing that causes people to gain weight. Like, it's just like, I feel like the world is like against me right now.
So I need to think that the world is against me right now. Oh, man, why am I gonna live this? Amberlynn, it's not working.
And I know that could just be like my depression talking, but I just feel really, really overwhelmed and defeated. So having the hypothyroidism God, I'm gonna hate saying that word. It causes like the hair thinning. So that's also like a double whammy. And it also causes like low moods and depression and exhaustion, brain fog, etc., etc. And I'm just like, wow, this is all also adding up for me. So on top of taking a medicine for that, I'm also going to be taking a vitamin D because it was a little low.
That's why I was questioning that. It ain't a little low. It's very low. She just ain't gonna tell you she needs to get outside more.
It definitely has gotten higher every single time I've gotten it checked. So that's good. But I just feel like, damn, like what next? Like I genuinely went from taking 0 medicine.
You just admitted you quit taking your antidepressants. You just admitted it. Do you realize you admitted it? I don't think you realize you admitted it because you're not that quick.
To now I'm going to be taking 3 medicines a day. And I just feel overwhelmed and scared and frustrated. Like I hate medicine, but I know that I have to take it. My week's been rough. And these are just things that like I'm choosing to tell you guys because trust me, your girl has a whole other
girlfriend. You still got Tommy. And you want all the attention off of Tommy put on to you. Because you would rather people talk about you. But guess what? I ain't going to talk about you because this is a load of bull crap. And I can say that because most of the things you have, I have. And I admit to mine. And I ain't sitting here boo-hooing. I'm sitting here with a smile on my face telling you how it is.
Personal show of a life that she is currently going through right now. And I'm telling you, my mental health is so fucking bad. And I cannot wait for this medicine to just like do what it's supposed to do, work in my body, and just me continue to like make healthier choices and just do things that are right for me.
If you do not change your way of life, your lifestyle, change everything you're doing, you are not going to succeed. And the thing is you won't change nothing. And just because you're on medication for certain things, it does not mean that medication is going to take care of it immediately. It doesn't happen that way. I've been on mine for years. And you know what? I have to continue taking mine, and I won't come up off mine, especially my thyroid, because I can't come off of it, Amberlynn. So no, that's not an excuse you can use over here on this channel. You ain't got many excuses over here. What's left? You can't say anything about semaglutide. Me. Can't say anything about bipolar. Me. Can't say anything about depression. Me. Can't say anything about hypothyroidism. Me. What else are you gonna come up with? Mental issues? Me. Counselor every week. My counselor laughs at me because I keep her because she's been with me forever. So heck, why not? She's part of the family.
So now let's talk about the goals that I had last week, which was literally just one. Work on my relationship with food. And yes, I have still been doing that.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't, because you ain't lost any weight. No, you're lying through your teeth.
So I have 2 goals this week. One is I want to keep a food journal. This will help me be aware of things that I'm eating because as you guys know, like I'm not counting the calories or anything like that. I'm strictly just like making better choices.
You say counting calories triggers you. See, this is what I'm telling y'all about Amberlynn. This is cycles she goes through. She will start something in something, and she will constantly tell you, this is better for me than this. This will work better than this, but nothing ever works. Why? Because Amberlynn doesn't ever want anything to work.
But I'm finding myself like later in the night being like, what have I ate today? Like, why do I feel hungry? Or why this, why that? If I have a food journal, I'll know exactly what I ate. Keeping a food journal is like one of the very most recommended things that like any dietitian or nutritionist will tell you to do. And my second goal is literally just take my medications as directed.
All right. Gonna work. This is why I'm gonna call you out, and this is why I'm always gonna be here. Your goal is to take your medicine. Your goal isn't, hey, I'm gonna work out for 30 minutes every day. That's not your goal. Your goal isn't, hey, I'm gonna get up and move more. That's not your goal. Your goal isn't to say, hey, I'm gonna cut back my calories all the way. No. Your goal is, I'm gonna take my medicine. You remind me of my kid. I have to stay on top of him. Did you take your medicine? Did you? I take mine. But did you take yours? So I guess every time we talk about Amberlynn, we're going to have to ask, did you take your medicine today? We just have to keep her on track now.
And I want to document personally in my journal how I feel when necessary.
Y'all know how this works. Get down there in that comment section and gripe me out. But you already journal every single day. You're making no sense. You journal into your computer and then you transfer it over from your computer to your actual journal. So you already journal. This is why it's all a lie and a whole crap of malarkey.
So my last weigh-in from last week was 513.0 and this week I'm 516.0.
There you go. She doesn't care. She doesn't care what you think. She's no longer trying to please you. She's never been trying to please you. She's trying to please herself and she's trying to save face. And it's not possible. It really isn't. When you get Amberlynn's size and you try to say I'm not comfortable or I am comfortable being my size, people can notice that. If you're saying I'm not comfortable being my size, they'll watch you lose weight, Amberlynn. This is all a lie.
And I'm telling you, not surprised. I have everything fighting against me. And right now, I am so overwhelmed with everything going on.
Hey, I got a question. You've been losing weight prior to this, and you still most likely had hypothyroidism but prior to all this. But what about the times you were losing weight and documenting you were losing weight? You just proved that you can lose the weight. But now then you're coming online saying you have all these things that you're going to have to face them head on, but they're going to knock you down. You're coming on here doing this, but we all know that you can lose weight having this.
That I literally just cannot care over 3 pounds of a fluctuation. Genuinely can't. If it happens again next week, that's when I'll care. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye, Amberlynn. You frustrate me. You frustrate me. Because you get on here and try to pull people's heartstrings, and I say that all the time. You do. You get on here and you manipulate people, and you get people all in their feelers and stuff for you, and then they start worrying about you, and then, you know, certain people will be like, I understand Amberlynn's going to gain weight, because that's what she's going to do. She's not telling you she's on a weight loss journey. She's not telling you she's wanting to lose weight. You notice she didn't say none of that. None of that. The only thing she's doing is working on her food, on her relationship. But she's also coming on here, and what I ate today, she's showing you a salad. Every chance she gets, she's showing you a salad. So if all she is eating is a salad, which I told you was not true, but if all she was eating is a salad, she wouldn't have gained 3 pounds. No way. She wouldn't have gained it. She would have gone down. So it's not what she's putting on camera, it's what she's doing off of camera. And her pulling all this, don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Because you're going to be just as naive as everyone else if you're over here watching me and you fall for it, okay? We know how this goes and we smart over here on this channel. But I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this, and remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, because it really can make a difference. Alright guys, what you think? What you think? What do you think about Amberlynn? Yeah, I tell y'all all the time all kinds of stuff about me. You know why? Because I don't care. I'm like, yep, that's me. This channel's named Janet Being Janet because that's me and that's who I am and this is what I go through and I don't mind telling you. But alright guys, I hope you have a good one. Bye.